Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here real quick before I start today's vlog video to answer a question that I've gotten from several of you in the comments section and in private messages and stuff. You asked if when I do these vlog videos, if I script them out first. And vlog videos like today's is called Question Convention. Yes, I do script them out. The reason being, you know, I've been hit in the head by a lot of metal folding chairs, and my brain is basically Swiss cheese, so I forget stuff continuously. So if I don't script it out, I know I'm going to forget a lot of the points I want to make, so I write it all out first. Now, if I'm doing a vlog where that's more personal, where I'm really talking to you guys from the heart and, you know, as just, you know, as part of our community, something that's more heartfelt, no, I don't script those out. I just speak from what I feel. But the vlog, for the most part, the vlog videos are scripted. Today's is scripted. And again, I don't know why it matters, but several of you had asked, which is, you guys are welcome to ask anything you want, so I wanted to answer that for you. Yes, it's scripted. So, without any further ado, let's call up Minecraft Krillin here and start today's vlog video. Click. Well, as many of you guys know, I believe the idea of cuss words is moronic. I mean, first of all, it's idiotic for the word shit to be considered naughty, while the word poop is perfectly acceptable when they mean the exact same thing. I mean, it doesn't seem fair. How did shit become the villain? Poop, caca, dung, excrement, crap, feces, a deuce, stool, and good old number 2 have escaped society's wrath and left poor shit as the brunt of the English-speaking world's despising of bowel movements. The point is, words should be judged 100% by their intent, not the configuration of their letters. The fact that we, as a society, have designated certain words as unacceptable based on nothing but semantics, honestly makes us just look pretty dumb. I mean, there are certain words that are never nice, but that's because they were created only to disparage others. Words such as the N-word. That word was created to be demeaning and mean-spirited, period. However, my one issue is calling it the N-word rather than just saying the word nigger, I believe, is a mistake simply because it gives more power to the word when people want to use it to be assholes. Everyone has become so sensitive about it that now, when someone uses the word without utilizing the sanitized N-word phrasing, they leverage that into even more powerful seeming hatred. I mean, we got to get to that point that it's intent, not semantics when it comes to words. I mean, if I want to say that, which I do, that I find the word nigger to be extremely offensive and disgusting, it's ridiculous that I'm supposed to substitute the phrasing N-word in there. I don't find N-word to be filthy. I find the word nigger to be filthy. And that's the point I'm trying to get. When you take a word out of the language, I think it gives it more power when somebody uses it. And the last thing we want to do is give that word more power. Of course, now, you know, thinking back for a second here, I would be remiss after earlier using the word asshole, not to be fair and point out that it is taking the beating on behalf of Rectum, Brown Eye, Hershey Highway, Pooper, and a slew of others, just to keep things fair. Of course, due to social acceptances, my son was not allowed to use cuss words in public. I acquiesced to that societal idiocy simply because I don't want to be seen as him to be seen as impolite or disrespectful. However, it's also why I've never worried about him hearing these alleged naughty words or using them when it's just the two of us or amongst friends like here at the channel. I mean, these so-called cuss words are actually just simply silly ways of describing everyday objects and events, and they have no real power whatsoever. The reason I bring this all up is because most of you guys watching this video are of the next generation coming along, and I want to implore you to always question convention. I'm not talking about being an anarchist and opposing anything that is old school and just looking for a fight. That's not it at all. All I'm saying is never accept things at face value. If you're advised to think, act, or behave in a certain manner, don't accept it without first giving it much thought and consideration. Make sure there's solid reasoning behind everything you do. I mean, if you guys all live like that, you have the potential to clear up a lot of the world's ills. For instance, if someone tells you, hey, don't stick your hand in that fire, if you ask why you shouldn't do that, and they can demonstrate to you that clearly the huge, overwhelming majority of people who have done it have not had a good time at all, then that's a perfectly good reason for keeping your hand out of the flames. And even if no one can provide you with actual case studies, a little research on the composition of the human body and its biological inability to stand up to fire should be plenty of solid information to keep your hands free of that flame. On the other side of the coin, however, if someone tells you that video games are bad for you and that they are the cause of all the violence in today's society, by all means feel free to question the hell out of that wisdom. Too many people of my generation try to sell ideas such as this to the next generation out of ignorance, stubbornness, and, general basic stupidity. The truth be told, we are not even living in the most violent times in history. Not even close. Plus, as someone who lived through the old days of the 60s and 70s, I can tell you it was not a less violent time. It was just a time when the violence, particularly domestic violence, was just swept under the rug. People were told to just not talk about it. The old days, my friends, were pretty fucked up in a lot of ways, and that might be fuel for a future vlog in itself. Because, man, people of my generation like to make our day out to be something much more grand than it really was. But back to the gaming area, no one will ever convince me that an otherwise stable mind is swayed to violence because they played too much Mortal Kombat or Call of Duty. A normal mind easily separates fantasy from reality, and those minds that can't are already predisposed for, some dark days and deviant behavior. So, anyway, the long and short of this diatribe is, always question convention. Just because something has been done a certain way for a very long period of time, that doesn't mean it hasn't been wrong or ineffective all along, or that you might not have a much superior way of doing things. Give it some thought. Put your ideas out there. Be the generation of critical thinkers. You guys have the opportunity to make this world a so much better place than it is today.